Namaste. My name is Abraham Varghese, and I'm here to answer certain questions that have been raised in the IELTS program, which is available with B-GHUD, that is the institution under whose auspices I am currently doing this. I must make it clear at the outset that whatever opinions I may pass or whatever views I might take, please understand that it is not exhaustive, neither is it written in stone or gospel. It is just my opinions based upon my experiences and my little knowledge of what transpires in between. The idea behind my answering these questions is for you all to pick up the threads if you wish to, or alternatively find other lines to think on and use it constructively in your essays or in reply to the questions that you're being asked in these examinations. So, let me start by saying briefly about my background. I spent 45 years in the UK, during which time I also acted, or rather carried on the profession as a barrister, and which is obviously something I thoroughly enjoyed. I do miss it a lot, but I've given up everything. I had given up everything to come and be with my mother during her last years, and also I wanted to be back in my own country. So whatever experiences I carry, I hope to share with you all, and people have urged me strongly to try and share what knowledge I have and what information I have and what experiences I have, which they felt was going to be very helpful to many students around. I hope that's the case. Anyway, that is my intention, to share what knowledge I have, which little it might be, and also the experience that I have. Now, getting on to the question. The question is, in some countries, the average worker is obliged to retire at the age of 50, while in others, people can work until they are 65 or 70. Until what age do you think people should be encouraged to remain in paid employment? Now, this question is multifaceted. Clearly, there's the private sector and the public sector and sectors in between also. And all of them have got different criteria of what is required of the individual employee under them. Now, there's also the fact that in every country, the expected age of people has varied with time due to health and scientific research and improved conditions that have made the human being be able to survive or live more than was the case many years ago. I have a feeling, and I think that's somewhat correct, that is used as an index to establish what would be the optimum age at which people ought to retire. And that has obviously the connection with the age, with the life expectancy of people within that country or within that environment. Now, the life expectancy in India at one time, I would say, post-freedom, was roughly in the 40s, which is now increased. And it will be safe to say that it is coming closer to the 60s, or maybe just past it. It is not so much in my submission that these criteria should be the only ones used in order to judge whether retirement is correct or not, or there should be a fixed retirement age for people. To me, what is important is that the person must feel, and those observing him, those who are employing him or her, must feel that the person has got still more to give and is only possibly reaching his or her peak in their particular lives. We all have different times in our lives when we reach a peak, and thereafter we find ourselves rather lethargic about being able to produce the kind of work and to the standard of work required. Now, it is well known that, for example, judges tend to remain for a long time as judges because they have matured, and it is a mature person's profession. They have learned over the years, they have seen the experiences of others, they have seen what transpires between people throughout their period as judges. And they can carry that with greater ease into the latter years of their lives. And they are able to pass judgments that make very good sense and pass on a message of what is correct under the Constitution, if there is a Constitution, written Constitution, or otherwise, and also provide a very mature understanding of the law. So in such cases, it is justified. But would you justify, for example, a person who has been working hard from the age of 16 or 18 as a woodcutter or as a machinist or somebody who does manual labor as his main profession or skill, and expect him to keep working until the age of 70 or so? In practical terms, I don't think that is expected really, and also they will not have the physical capacity to be able to handle it till that age with any kind of ease or comfort or safety, which is also very, very important. Equally, those working in offices after a certain period of time also lose interest where they do not get promotion, and their loss of interest also means that they may have reached the top of their line in that employment, which will prompt quite a lot of them to seek other employment, which is fine, which is excellent. But what I'm saying again is, the age limit is relevant to your capacity in relation to the company. If you're able to produce what the company requires at the age of 75, well, why retire you? You're carrying a lot of experience. You're carrying a lot of knowledge. You're carrying a lot of skill. But at the same time, you must remember that there are youngsters queuing up to be employed, and you cannot keep them out all the time for too long. Otherwise, they lose their knowledge, they lose what little skill they have, they feel frustrated and look to alternatives that are not entirely suitable for their lives. This can lead to unhappiness in their own selves, in their marriage, and therefore into their families. And it is very important for people to have job satisfaction in whatever it is that they are doing, be it any age at which they are made to retire. Of course, there are packages these days that make retirement attractive, which is wonderful, because you might have an avocation. Let us say you are a builder and you have a particular liking to construct aeroplanes or to build models of aeroplanes, and you love fishing, or you love some other activities outdoors, or you wish to actually study nature and provide more information about it. All these are very constructive factors that adds on to your experience and adds on to the merit of your life. It adds to the quality of your life. So even if you have to retire at the age of 50 or 55 and you still feel that there is a lot you can give, you can use it in many other ways. But I would also ask you to bear in mind that to force people to retire at a given age, because that is statutory, is very, very unfair and very limiting. To me, the time till which a person should be in paid employment will be the time till that person is able to contribute to the optimum of his or her ability. Thank you very much. Namaste.